Hi friends, have you been to a black tie ball? I hadn't until friends of ours invited Doug and I to be guests of theirs at the Poinsettia Ball in Encinitas, California. In this video, I'll show you how I found the perfect dress and accessories for the occasion, how we figured out what Doug should wear, and I'll try to take you along on the experience as much as I can. Welcome to the Dress Up Mom! If you're already a subscriber, thank you and I love you. If you haven't subscribed, please do and tap the bell for notifications. In my life, I've been very fortunate to have attended a bunch of different events, gone to a lot of different places, but I've never been to a black tie ball. I guess I've been to, a prom in high school, and this is probably the adult version of that. But it's something that my husband Doug and I had been hoping to do one day. We look at the paper on Sunday and see people who have been to these balls and think it would be fun. Well, you put it out there in the universe enough, and dear friends of ours invited us to attend one of these events. I went online to learn more about this ball and to find out what people were wearing to it. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the Poinsettia Ball in Encinitas, California, hosted by the Paul Ecke family. It is a charity ball and the proceeds benefit the Magdalena Ecke family YMCA's scholarship program and community partnerships. There is a gourmet dinner, an auction, and dancing. The ball was right before the holidays, and the website said we would be surrounded by the abundance of beautifully festive poinsettias, which is really fitting since the Paul Ecke Ranch actually supplies 70% of the U.S. poinsettia market and 50% of the global market for poinsettias. They didn't have the ball last year because of COVID, and they did tell us that we needed to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test for the last 72 hours, and that was no problem. Doug and I are both vaccinated. I went on to Google what specifically black tie meant and what we were supposed to wear. It was a little bit confusing, but certainly it's pretty dressy. And women, it was suggested, wear like a black gown, men in tuxedos, or you could get away with a fancy black suit. Because I like to be prepared for any event, I certainly had some things in my closet that I could have worn and made work. But I didn't have a long, fancy black gown. And I've been looking for an excuse to get Doug a nice black suit, which he doesn't have. I really wanted to make sure that whatever we purchased, we would wear again. And for me, I wanted to make sure that whatever I got was sustainable, unique, and fit my style, even though it was a black tie event. We had about 6 weeks notice, which was great, and I happened to be vintage shopping one day for something else, and somebody in the area told me about a shop called The Girl Can't Help It. This is a vintage store in San Diego specializing in the 1930s to 70s with beautiful pieces. I had been in here years ago and bought my husband Doug a silk 50s shirt that he still loves and wears a lot. The woman who owns the shop really has a great eye, and as soon as I told her what I was looking for, she asked me a few questions. She got out her measuring tape, started measuring me, and pulled some beautiful black gowns for me to try on. The one that caught my eye first was this vintage St. John knits piece that was probably from the 80s. Now it had this cutout in the middle that I wasn't sure about because I normally don't like to show anything around my belly, but when I put this thing on, it was so beautiful. It fit really, really well. It was even too long. I had to have it altered. It felt luxurious in the way that the knit was, and it looked like it was just brand new. I tried on one of the other gowns just to try it on, but there's no way. The first one was definitely the right one. It was made for me, and I brought that baby home, put it on for Doug, and he loved it. I feel like Cinderella in it. This will now be my dressy black gown that I will wear whenever I have an occasion to. I knew I had these vintage Le Petit jean shoes that used to be my mom's from the 1980s that I was going to wear with the dress, and I love that she wore those shoes to all of her really fancy fun occasions. I'm now wearing it to mine, and I'm hoping maybe my daughter will even wear it to hers because these shoes still have a lot of wear in them. I was also excited because I could wear this really cool beaded vintage and embroidered bag that I bought at Bad Madge years ago, and I thought it would be perfect with this dress too. Since the ball is in December, even though we're here in San Diego, it can get kind of cold for us, so I knew I needed something to put over the dress. I tried on a bunch of things in my own closet. I really wanted to see if I could wear one of those Jennifer Grace kimonos or some of the other pieces that I had, but nothing was quite right. So I contacted the owner of The Girl Can't Help It, and she sent me some pictures of things she had that looked pretty cool. So I went in there and I tried on a bunch of those. Now, some of them were great and could have worked, but it just wasn't the look I was looking for. And then I spotted these vintage piano shawls that she had up on the wall, and I've always wanted an excuse to get one of these. So he took down the one that looked like it would be the best. I put this on, and immediately it was exactly the look I was looking for, and I will be wearing this baby forever. It is in great shape, even though it's like 100 years old, and my hope is to really pass this down to somebody. I also didn't want to take away from the neckline of the dress and sort of sequins, so I knew I didn't want to do a necklace, but I thought a big pair of dangly earrings could be cool. So I have trouble with wearing earrings. I'll put a video here on this earring hack that I have for my sensitive ears, but I got these really pretty ones here on Etsy, where I love buying things on Etsy from these artists and creators. A great price, totally unique. And I think with my hair up, these earrings, the shawl, the shoes, the dress, it's exactly the look I was going for. Now it's time to get Doug ready. So we headed out to our outlet mall where there is a Brooks Brothers outlet. We've had a lot of luck finding really good suits for Doug there that he wears for ages. I took the shoes, cummerbund, tie, and shirt that we had at home with us so he could try it on with the suit. And it took us a little while to find the right salesperson, but when we did, he just hooked Doug up with the perfect suit that needed zero altering, looks great on him. We also bought a different shirt and a tie, some socks, and he is looking handsome, feeling great, and is ready to go. All right, here he is, looking good. You want to do a twirl for me, honey?
Little twirl.
Yeah.
See?
Hey, Eli, you want to step out? I give you props.
Well,
this man knew what he was doing.
Great.
You always got to find the right person. Excellent. Thank you. If you can't tell, I've had a ball getting ready for this ball. Everything turned out better than I had hoped for. I love my sustainable yet unique bohemian look. Doug looks so handsome. Before we knew it, the countdown was done, and it was the day of the ball, and we got ready, and we're getting ready to head out.
My name is Bond, James Bond.
Woo, looking so
I'm
good.
Very happy. This is our first ball we've ever gone to, so I've always wanted to go to a ball, and now we're going to a ball. So
Woo.
very happy.
You look great. Here we are, the night of the ball. This is that little inset I was a little worried about, but it camouflages enough. And I really love this high slit in it, as well as the way that the shoes are. So I'm gonna put on my shawl and purse next. My lovely piano shawl with the fringe, feels a little boho. And look at how the bag even sort of is the same color scheme as the shawl. And I bought this ages ago. Look at the beading and everything, it's so beautiful. Here we are walking in.
Yay.
It's so pretty. Look how pretty. Gosh, this is a gym, guys, that we're going into. This is so cool how they have the gym.
thankful to the Meads for inviting us. Thank you so much. This really made our Christmas. It's very, very generous of you.
And very cool. Check this out. Hello, my friends.
Welcome to the Dress Up Mom.
Okay, we just got back. It is almost 12 o'clock. Time for Cinderella to go to bed. We danced a lot. The music was great. The band was really good. We had a lot of fun with our friends at this prom for adults. I was really happy with our outfits and how we looked. We fit right in. Have you been to a ball like this? I would love to know in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Until next time, have fun and dress it up a little.